Hello everyone, I am the Solar Gamer, and welcome back to Solar Indie Sunday. Today we're going to be doing the Curious Expedition, which is a roguelike expedition simulator set, I believe, in the 19th century. You go around playing as famous people, and you embark on expeditions to find a golden temple, or golden pyramid. And it's really cool, it's in-depth, it's still in early access. As you can see, it's Alpha 14. They have actually, in the past couple of weeks, they've released a couple of different updates, so they are constantly working on this game. The developers are called, now this, I apologize for my pronunciation, but maschinen-mensch. Mensch? I'm not sure how you pronounce this, but this is the developer right down here. Okay, now it is on Steam for $14.99, which is a great price point, considering, like I said, they are constantly working on this and improving it. So this game is going to expand and really fulfill its $15 price point. Now, I will start this game here. This is just going to be a preview. I might do 1 or 2 expeditions depending on how quick they are. And I'll show you the basics of the game. And basically show you what this game is about. So without further ado, here we go into the game. Now, I have most characters unlocked because I've played quite a bit of this game so far. I'm not that good, so don't think that I'm a pro at this, because I'm not. But I have unlocked a lot of characters to kind of show you what this kind of offers for starting parameters. So we can take a look at all these characters here. So we have Charles Darwin. Now, I will use him as an example here. So he is an English naturalist and geologist, best known for his contributions to evolutionary theory, of course. Everybody knows who Charles Darwin is, hopefully. He has one ability down here. It's called the Butterfly Enthusiast, which he gains sanity each time a butterfly is collected. Now, I'll go into detail on what sanity is once we drop into the game, but it is very good, this ability here. You do start off with companions. You can get, I think you can have up to 4 companions at a time. I believe. We'll find out in a second, but I believe it's only 4 companions. So, Charles Darwin starts with a Scottish soldier, who is as much as a tough warrior as a fine gentleman, as the description says, and a Persian translator, which is a scholar that will improve your communications with indigenous tribes and allows you to rest at villages and increases sanity when resting in villages, which is perfect. He also comes with a donkey, which essentially acts as expanded inventory. You can keep more things on you if you have a haul animal. And he starts with chocolate rations. Chocolate improves sanity, torches to explore caves, butterfly nets to increase your chances of collecting butterflies, shotgun, there is combat, and the combat is similar to Final Fantasy, is the best way I can really picture it. Machete, as well, that will help you clear through jungles, so your movement will go through jungles a lot faster. Okay, so let's take a look at these famous persons. We will choose Charles Darwin, because he's kind of rounded out. He is the first character you can play as, I think. Yeah, he is. I don't know why this guy's golden. I don't know. So we have Charles Darwin, Marie Curie, who conducted pioneering research on radioactivity, Richard Francis Burton, who was a heroic adventurer with excellent knowledge of languages and cultures, Frederick Courtney Sellis, who was a British explorer, officer, and world-famous big game hunter. We also have Mary Kingsley, ethnographic explorer with a unique understanding of native people, Johann Huizinga, sure, anthropologist and one of the founders of modern cultural history. We also have Aleister Crowley, who is a notorious occultist, self-proclaimed prophet with a thing for funky hats. Yes, very much so. Amelia Earhart, which is interesting. Some of these aren't necessarily explorers, more as pioneers of certain fronts. So she was, of course, a very famous aviation pioneer who was the first female aviator to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. A very, very awesome feat. We also have Alexandra David Neal, who is a Buddhist, anarchist, and writer that met the 13th Dalai Lama twice. I guess that's a good feat. We also have Dion Fortune, who is an occultist, psychologist, and performer of the modern magical arts. Freya Stark, who is a daring travel writer and discoverer of the fabled valleys of the Assassins. Isabella Bird, legendary adventurer, first woman to join the Royal Geographical Society. And Harriet Tubman, I mean, of course, there's 3 others, but Harriet Tubman is the last one I have unlocked. She was the hero of the Underground Railroad and Union spy. Has powerful visions in her dreams. Okay, cool. But we will start, of course, with Charles Darwin and get going. So here is our home base, or as this guy is saying, Explorers Club. And this is where we're basically going to come after every single expedition and kind of reclaim ourselves, make some money, maybe make some fame by donating artifacts to the Historical Society, or selling them on the black market. So, we'll get into that after we come back from our expedition. So, our competitors are randomly selected. We have Mary Kingsley, Johann Huizinga, Ada Lovelace, and Dion Fortune. Alright, let's continue and see where they're going. So we have a couple people, actually all continents are pretty much covered. Yep, we have North America, South America, we're in Africa, in the Forgotten Grasslands, the Hidden Grasslands of Asia, and the Looming Grasslands of Indonesia. Okay, but we are in the Forgotten Grasslands, a well-balanced region consisting mostly of wide grasslands. Rumors talked about a golden pyramid that can be found in this region. Yes, that is the thing that you try to get to at the very end of every expedition. So we're going to go ahead and start our expedition. Eagerly anticipating the upcoming adventure, I arrived at the harbor. We had some more time before the ship would be ready, so I sat on the pier and waited. A missionary approached me while we waited. He had decided to leave England and begged us to take him to a nearby native village in order to spread the word of God. Sure, I can bring him to the New World. Or rather, Africa, which is kind of a new world. It was the Dark Continent at this point. I accepted, since I would gladly help spread the word of God. My heart jumped with joy as I heard that our ship was prepared to set sail. Set sail, let's go. So the first expedition is meant as a little bit of a tutorial kind of thing. There is a lot more to do after your first expedition. Waiting at the dock, you can buy things from the market to bring with you on your expedition. But, okay, so here we have Sister Irene, who is our missionary that's coming with us to go to a native village. So the missionary had marked the location of the village he wanted to visit. It's a woman, she wanted to visit on our map. Okay, so this is the village. Now, it's an overview type map. The combat kind of zooms in a little bit, and like I said, it's kind of like a Final Fantasy thing. I will try to demonstrate that once we go here. Now, just for a little bit of an in-depth on the UI, I'll kind of explain a couple things. So this compass over here indicates the general area in which the Golden Temple resides. Now, like I said, the Golden Temple is the end game for each expedition. So if you explore the map, you will kind of hone in on where this Golden Temple is, and this compass will ultimately lead you in the direction of where it is. Obviously, this would be the calendar, how many days. You will get 1 point deducted for each day you are here, so it's better to finish very quickly, although you might miss out on some artifacts. So it's kind of, this game really goes into depth with risk and reward, essentially. This bar up here is one of the most important on your expedition. It is the sanity bar. If this drops below 0, things will get creepy. Let's just say that. Cannibalism may happen if there's no food, which is kind of what this indicates as well. It's kind of like a sanity/food meter. So it gets scary once it's hit the bottom, and we will kind of go over that as well. What else? We also have these little bars over here indicate each region. So right now in this world, there are 2 regions. And the bar represents how much explored they are. So if we hover over this region over here, it tells us that there are 3 notable locations. One is the village that we have discovered, and there are 2 other ones that we have yet to discover. This one down here, and probably something in the fog somewhere. Of course, the more we explore, the more this compass hones in on the Golden Pyramid. Now, there's only 2 regions, so it's going to be a little bit easy on the first mission, as I said. But it gets harder and harder as you go. And this little icon over here is your standing with the indigenous peoples. So if this gets too low, the villagers may be more hostile to you. If it's really high, then that's very good for you. You want to keep it there. But it will drop from time to time over missions and events that might happen. We have our hotbar down here with all of our inventory. Now we have rations, which would increase our sanity. Like I said, torches, butterfly net, I explained all this earlier. That'll help us out in our travels. We also over here have an abort expedition using a hot air balloon. You need at least 2 person to set up the balloon, and the balloon only has limited space, so you can't bring everything that you might have in the inventory. Or people. And this is wait without doing anything. Sometimes there might be an enemy nearby, and you want to just sit. It's kind of like a turn-based strategy game. See, I say that, but it's kind of mixed, and I'll show you that in a second. So we're going to go ahead and click on this village and head over to it. Head over to it, thank you, and travel. So it's turn-based, but it's in the sense of every tile is 1 turn. But you can kind of go each... It's interesting. So we've actually discovered both unique locations, so we'll go ahead and explore that after we enter this village. Today we reached a village. The natives apparently were the best scouts known to this region. The villagers observed us with curiosity as our trek arrived at their settlement. We moved freely into the village and considered our options with these people. Yes. So the villagers observed us with curiosity, they were kind and offered us what they could. Upon our arrival, you know what, I'm not going to say him, the Persian translator began to converse with the natives. He assured us that the villagers would allow us to rest here. Yes, and that would increase our sanity if we rested here. We are going to deliver the missionary, though, and complete this mission. We accompanied the missionary to the village chief. The elderly man was a compulsive talker and told us about the best sights to see in the vicinity, including a holy shrine which he marked on our map. Our extended presence was perceived well by the natives. They remained kind and seemed to be not disturbed by our stay. We will go ahead and rest in the village. Actually, you know what? We just lost the missionary, which was increasing our sanity. So we actually just reverted back to max, which is cool. Let's see if we can recruit anybody. We asked around, and we can recruit an animal handler. Perfect. So the animal handler will increase the inventory size of your animals, which is actually pretty cool. Now, I didn't explain some of these skills and stuff like that. Most of this pertains to the combat, which we'll get into a little bit later. What is it? The abilities that you can see, I can't kind of go over there. On the bottom left of this little panel, there's a butterfly. That's his passive ability. And each one has one. They may have a negative one as well, which you kind of have to watch as well. Okay, let's trade. See if we can trade anything for anything good here. They've got some spears, some flutes, drums, blue mushroom. I don't think I want anything right now. We will just cancel that and leave. Go and explore. Okay. Oh, here's the holy shrine. So that's the first site in this new region, which is cool. All right, let's go ahead and visit over here. And travel. Okay, moving swiftly along. Oh, it's a camp. Okay. Oh, it's an abandoned camp. We entered an old campsite, the remains of an expedition that had failed long before us. The few mortal remains were long rotten and overgrown by the voracious plant life. Search the area. I told the people to form small teams and investigate the surroundings. We were delighted to see that one of the corpses was still clinging to valuable equipment. Perfect. 2 shovels. Or, no, that's more than 2. And a couple more torches. So the shovels actually allow you to dig for treasure wherever you are. So we're going to go ahead and take all, even though I already kind of did. As we left, we became aware that our presence had attracted hungry wildlife. So this might be our first chance in a combat situation here. It looks like it's, yeah, it's hyenas. All right, this is kind of terrifying, but we will go and engage them just for the sake of entertainment. Yeah, I say that lightly because these animals are very hard to fight. And also just to give you an insight into what the combat may be. So let's go ahead and just walk into his zone of control and attack him. Alright, so there's 3 enemies right over here, and they each have 3 bars of health. Now, all these modifiers that each person has and the items you may have, like the shotgun, apply to dice being rolled. Now, the shotgun grants 1 extra dice, and that's what this dice is over here. And the shotgun's going to be really, really good against these guys. So let's just go ahead and roll the dice, see what happens. Now, I'm not entirely sure what each one exactly does. But the vibrating dice indicate a combo, as it's saying right here. And you can combine different things together to form cool things. So this would be a riposte. With a riposte? I'm actually not sure what this word is, I'm sorry. Damage 2, shield 2. But we can combine that with the sight instead and get a precise attack. Damage 3. Or, go into the shotgun. Do that for an aim shot. There, I think we can get, yes, we can get 3 in a row. Outstanding tactics. Shield 4. If we want to be really defended. We do want to be defended, but we also want to lay down some suppression. So let's go ahead and do an aimed shot. Boom. Okay, let's also do a riposte. Riposte. Again, I'm sorry, I don't know what that word is. Alright, that hyena's dead. Good. Roll these 2. Hopefully we get some shields. No. Okay, now, sadly, you can't just place one and use that unless it's a shield. The shield, I think, is the only one that can be used by itself. So these are pretty much useless, and we have no rolls left, so we have to end the turn. We do have 2 shields, but I think that'll probably be, destroyed by these hyenas. Oh! Oh no! They didn't roll anything! Oh, that's perfect. Alright, well, I kind of want them to attack, but, it's fine. We can also flee as well, I should mention that. If it's too risky, you can get out of there. Alright, roll again. Let's see, let's aim the shotgun. Quick shot. Now, see, you could risk doing this, or you could risk it and roll again, obviously, for maybe the aim shot again. And I think I want to roll again. And it worked. Definitely worked. So we'll do the aim shot and use the shields. Okay, so we have one shield. Let's go ahead and roll again. And that's the end of the round. Okay. End round. Crap. That's gonna hurt. Okay. Charles Darwin was... It looks like he was killed. It actually isn't like that, though. In theory, Darwin would be dead. Darwin is gone. His health is now depleted. However, that only means that you cannot use his dice. So it's kind of interesting. If the whole party loses health, then you die, obviously. But if one party member loses all their life, their dice are gone. You can't use them. So I like the way this combat system works. It's kind of interesting in the terms of, you know, he should be dead. But you know what? Let's forget about that. Roll the dice. Roll it again. There we go. I'm not going to roll again. I don't want to risk it. We will do a quick shot. Kill that one. And roll again. Didn't get any shields, so he's going to do some more damage. Let's see what happens. Oh, thank God. All right. He rolled a null, essentially. Roll! Okay, we'll use the attack. Yes. Use the attack and roll again. Okay, let's use the shotgun with whatever this thing is for a shotgun blast. It's a multi-attack. All right. And this can't be used alone. Come on. Yeah, that's right. And you're dead. Doesn't really matter what... Actually, it does matter what I do, doesn't it? Okay, attack. I should have used the shotgun. I don't know why I risked it for nothing. I could have killed him. Oh, well, it's fun. Okay. And you're dead. Can I use anything that... Yeah, we'll use that, because it's fun. It definitely is fun. Let's roll. Kill him again. It doesn't really matter. We've already won. We stripped what was useful from the dead. All right, so he's got a couple of hyena pelts. A couple of raw meat, obviously enough. And animal teeth. So we'll take all that, and we will run down to the next location. Travel. The raw meat can't be used right now unless we had a chef to cook it and give us more sanity. Alright, so this is a stone statue. Let's go ahead and examine that. I examined the strange overgrown rock idol. The skillful crafted eyes seemed to stare at us. Its presence felt uncomfortable and I desired to move on. I noticed some items by the statue. They must have been put there by people from a nearby village, presumably in an attempt to appease the gods. Right, examine the loot. Okay, it looks like it's drums and an elephant tusk. So, let's see here. The elephant tusk can be returned. I don't think we can use this meat, so we're just going to leave that here. We don't have ourselves a chef, so it's not going to be worth it to take. Now, obviously enough, if you have any items in these X'd out boxes, you are overburdened and you actually can't move at all. So it's best to keep these free. We took what we thought was useful to us. Allie McLean was visibly shaken by the encounter with the mysterious structure. Or statue, rather. Really? A soldier got scared by a structure. Interesting. Let's go ahead and explore this waterfall area. Explore. This waterfall was of an enormous scale. It was an awe-inspiring sight. The water was fresh and cool. We can rest overnight, but we are time constrained, and I want to get to the Golden Temple as quickly as possible. So, we're not going to. The number that you're seeing right here is actually the sanity that you will lose in the in this trek. So that's what that number is right there. It's not how many days, it's the amount of sanity you'd lose. All right, let's go over to this shrine over here. Now, there is an animal over here, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. We arrived at a long-forgotten shrine. Its stone walls were covered with ornate engravings. The portal that led within emanated an eerie chill. Somebody had drawn a circle of blood around the whole structure and planted spears into the ground as a warning for anybody that dared to enter. I dare to enter. Alright, before us lay some kind of ceremonial room. If this place held any riches, I knew we would find them here. Our steps echoed as we approached the sacred altar. Investigate. Right, we have a mummy and a golden eagle. That is really good, actually. Let's go ahead and put back... This is where it gets tricky. Trying to figure out what's worth keeping and what's not. Usually the stuff with the ribbons are absolutely worth keeping. But I'm not sure I want to... I mean, we can lose the shovels. We don't need the shovels. So we'll put the mummy there. The golden eagle is definitely going to be worthwhile. So you know what? I think I'll risk getting rid of these machetes. Actually, you know what? No, I'll get rid of the torches because we haven't come across a cave yet, and I won't be going into the next expedition, so I'm kind of doing this with the thought in mind that I'm retiring after this, because I'm not going further in this video with another expedition, and this is the one and only expedition that we'll do in this video. So, it's kind of a bad mentality. Normally, you'd want to prepare for future expeditions. You do keep your inventory, unless you sell or give away items, so it's best to keep things in your inventory. But again, risk and reward. You have to kind of make these decisions. Okay, I could not leave empty-handed. We secured the treasure. We grabbed what we could and hurried outside as the ground disappeared behind us. We would have to run for our lives to avoid being devoured by the giant chasm that was beginning to form. Right, so these events that happen can trigger a cataclysmic event in these entire regions, and I'll show that to you right now. So the Golden Temple is down here, so we're going to kind of follow this way. So as we move, the ground will literally start to fall beneath our feet. Essentially. However, it's not going to matter because we are at the Golden Temple. Oh, it was an absolute miracle that Charles Darwin had managed to prevent his wound from getting infected. It had healed well, and he was now able to perform all of his duties again. Alright. Well, we've arrived at the Golden Temple. Let's take a look. The majestic golden pyramid rose above its environment, overcoming all of the obstacles we had yet survived. Enter the pyramid. After weeks of traveling, euphoria overcame me. I knew that my name would be forever remembered. I congratulated Cowie, which I believe was the native animal handler, but instead of excitement, I saw regret in his eyes. He mentioned that he would be glad when I was gone. Oh. That's great. He preferred to stay in his home country. I don't blame him. You know, the stupid Europeans came and stole his treasures. I would not want to go with them either. Finish the expedition. Oh, man, that's great. All right, so our fame is what dictates whether or not you win the game or not. So it's best to kind of, like I said, make sure you keep that in mind. So we've actually recovered 3 butterflies. It's pretty good. 49 days, not bad. We gained 76 fame. Now, that's not finished yet. We do have all those artifacts that we can give to the Historical Society and increase that even more. So let's finish the expedition. And of course, you get a nice Star Wars-y type welcome when you come home, and you're able to choose a perk at the very end of each expedition here. So we can either get Eagle Eye, increased viewing distance, Anthropology, which would give us anthropological studies of indigenous cultures, and we can increase our fame that way. Or Dream Visions, dreams that reveal important locations. I'm going to get the increased vision range. It's not going to matter, but I just want to grab that right now so we can continue. And take a look at how our competitors did. So, we have Mary Kingsley in the lead with 172. That's hard to believe, but alright. And let's take a look here. So we're going through our artifacts right now, and we can actually give or sell our artifacts, like I've been saying. So, or we can technically keep them, which I don't know what the benefit of that would be exactly. So we're just gonna go ahead and just gift all of our stuff to the Historical Society, or the museum rather. Gift, 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 and we win the game with an astounding 294. No, we don't win. But for the time being, we're gonna retire. We had a great expedition. We've basically brought back all these new cultural artifacts, and Charles Darwin has gone down not only as a theorist, but as a brave adventurer. This has been the Curious Expedition. Again, it's $14.99 on the Steam store. I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and definitely stay tuned for more.